for us, remember? Those GPS coordinates were taken from Wyatt's boat and they were plugged into Google Earth, and they developed a PowerPoint slide that we saw there that mapped out all of the points. So I decided to overlay those Google points on top of the points of the research that I'd already been doing. I discovered some interesting stuff, because if they were just overlaying it on Google Earth, it should have been easy as cake, right? Well, I cannot tell you how many hours I spent trying to perfectly overlay this. Like, look at the islands in the middle here. I get them lined up and then other things won't match up. Like, you'll notice, like I said, these islands, look, they aren't moving, but everything else around it isn't working. So right away, my instincts are telling me that somebody manipulated this image to cover something up. Of course, that is alleged. I can't prove that, but you know, it's supposed to just overlay. So honestly, I just did the best I could, and I mostly just focused on the top half, trying to get like the marina and the grandparents' house they went to all line up. So now we can really follow which way this boat was driving and the kind of stops it seemed to be making. And if you'll notice here, it goes right next to that marina that I was telling you guys about with the Marty McGrath, which is who, according to Katie, that she got a ride from. So they passed the marina, and as you can see, it juts out almost like it was pulling up to this dock. And then there's these two houses here, especially.
That's crazy. It goes over there by the Marty McGrath, who she says she had a ride with, right? This is funny, but yet they say in this, on this blue line that I got highlighted, Nolan and that they left, he was in the company of an unknown female, and that he chose to remain on that island. So was he with an unknown female? Nobody knew Katie? We about to explain how they know Katie right now in this same video. So something's lying, someone's lying, we don't know. We about to figure it out.
This house where it seems like the boat pulled into the docks there. Then it went all the way down here. There's a little like lock area here, so you have to go through here. And it went to the bridge. And I was like, why did they go all the way to the bridge to turn around? But it turns out right here is a big old fishing pier. Then right next to that is the Ocean Springs Yacht Club. And a lot of these families are connected to the yacht club. But before I go on, I want to play a portion of this audio that's supposedly like a voicemail that has been going around. It hasn't been authenticated, but it has important information, because I'll be honest, it sounds genuine to me and it works with my data. So hold on.
But he was like, oh, I'm just going to go back with Katie. We'll be right behind y'all. We were all going to the same house, the same place. He was like, I'll be right behind y'all. Y'all go ahead without me. I'll see y'all. Like, I'm literally going to be right behind y'all, whatever. So, Wyatt and all them left because they were like, okay, you're just gonna go with Katie, whatever. Well, then everybody got back in and we were all at Ava's house. And
so first off, all of us were gonna go to the same place. I'm gonna go in with Katie, meaning Katie was supposed to be at that party with them, or at least whoever Katie was with was supposed to be at that party, right? But that's not the important.
Crazy as hell, because we understand this is from, I think this is from the police report that I've taken, right? Because I read the whole police report on my channel. I read the MDMR geospatial timeline as well, right? Check those things on my channel. Look for the geospatial video, you find it. Look, though. But Nolan was with an unknown female. Why would they say Nolan's with an unknown female when everybody knows Katie? Why is Bart even saying that he doesn't know Katie? Why does no one know Katie now, all of a sudden, when we about to show you the connection between Katie and them right now? Come on, bro. They got to stop, son. They have to stop now. They have to stop.
The important part is the name of the person who was throwing the party was Ava. Now, I found Ava. I'm not going to put her name out there, but simple Google searches will find this information. And I was able to basically just Google her name and find her address. And so the party was actually right in this yellow area. Again, I'm not going to be like pointing out people's houses, but I found it. After they leave this pier that's right next to the yacht club, they go all the way back and then they hook around and they go right next to where the party is. And then that's when they finally go and take the boat out of the water. Now, it seems to me like they were dropping people off, like Because look how it goes in a little bit, almost like it was pulling into this pier at the marina, like I suspected. And they were just making the rounds, dropping people off before the party. Now, her family and Wyatt's family, Warren's family, they're all connected. They're also part of the yacht club stuff. All of these rich families are super close, super connected. They're taking each other's kids on vacations, etc. Well, like just in May, there was a joint birthday party. In the background of this birthday party from the beginning of May, there's Warren's mom, there's his little brother, and right there in the background is the mayor of Ocean Springs, Bobby Cox. In fact, here's another picture of him from the party, just in case that profile view wasn't enough for you. Oh, and he was tagged in the picture. Oh, and remember Lieutenant Carone, the first person on the report that we see when Nolan's mom called him in missing? Well, as it turns out, someone that he's related to, I can't pinpoint exactly how the relation is, but their maiden name is the same as his last name. Yeah, turns out they have the same last name as who? The girl whose party it was. And I have confirmed that that woman is mutual friends of the mother of the girl who threw the party. And I'm going to go ahead and just wild guess theory. This is alleged, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that the reason they waited so long to tell the mom was they were waiting to make sure that he was on shift. This is why I'm thinking more and more that they brought Nolan back to the house. Everybody got their stories straight and stuff. And then they waited to tell Nolan's mom until he was going to be on his shift and taking that phone call. Which is probably why nobody was sent out to look for him that fucking night. That's why we don't have any footage of them going back.
I was Warren's brother, mother, family there at a party. That's a group party for Katie and 2 other people, right? But yet Katie's an unknown female. I've read that whole paperwork. So I can see that this is the same paperwork that I'm showing you. When the mom made the first call and Karen, look right here, the second line, at approximately 01:38 hours on July 5th, 2026, Karen, which is the officer she just showed you, spoke with Ocean Springs Police Department regarding the complaint and advised that a JCSO would be taking the lead on the case. Karen also spoke with a JCSO, Lieutenant Oota, the shift supervisor, who said that they had taken the initial report. He said that his deputies had spoken to several friends, listen to me, not one, several friends, okay, that traveled to the island on the vessel with Nolan, several, okay, meaning more than freaking how many? Nolan, and that when he left, he was in the company of an unknown female. Several people. You know what several mean, right? Several can mean more than 7. It can mean 10 people. Several. Okay? At least 7. Several people are going to say that he was with an unknown female and that he chose to remain on the island. Which 7 people is going to tell him that he don't know Katie and no one knows Katie? This is my question to you. Bart already came out and said he don't know from paint. So who's the several people? Warren knows her well. The fuck? Warren knows her, right? So who's the 7 people now? Think about this now. Why are they acting like no one knows Katie? Why is she an unknown female? And why did they wait to speak to this guy, Karen? Did they wait for Karen to be on shift to come and talk to him? That's why we also, in this video, we're going to get into, was Nolan's body placed back in the water? Was he placed back in the water? Was his body in water for 48 hours? And what does that do to a body? And we're going to also break down the damn autopsy report, as well as a case-by-case comparison of what I think the outcome of this case is going to be. Based on how things move down there, based on a case-by-case comparison, I'm going to tell you what I think the solution is going to be to this whole case. That's why they running the move to the grand jury, and they're bringing the internal neck structures and the lung and all the toxicology report. They're bringing it straight to the grand jury. They didn't want them to view that in a second autopsy. If they did, then everything will be blown. All covers would be blown if they seen the second autopsy. This is a fact of life. On Jesus' sandals, I ain't lying to you. Let me finish up with this, and I'll go right there. And I go to the other videos and all that other stuff. I'll go right there to the case by case comparison and show you what I'm telling you myself. I want y'all to use your minds. This ain't 1984 book. Don't have the people thinking for you. Think for yourself. Don't be a sheep. Think for yourself.
To the grandparents' house up there. That's why no pictures from this supposed party ever came out. Y'all ready for today's Nolan Wells info drop? So first off,
no pictures ever came out. I bet. I wonder why. What about this though? Let's share this tab. Y'all got this up? This is one of the newest images going on. They trying to speculate that this person right here that you see in this image is Nolan Wells. We understand that that is not Nolan Wells. Actually, if I zoom that photo in, it actually looks like females. And this looked like a female here. If you want to guess to say that the person right behind the black female, or you could say black male if you want to, they're saying that this is a black male. This is a throwaway. This is a red herring. St. Nolan, bro. Look at the color of the shorts. You want me to bring up the picture of Nolan when he with his friends? So you can see the picture of the shorts for yourself? Let me do that, bro. Let me do that. Nolan Wells. Hold up. Look. They love the words. Nolan Wells on boat, right? Let's go. Nolan Wells on the boat, right? This should show you this. Look. Okay, cool. Let's bring up this image. Boom. Where I'm at. StreamYard. All right, cool. I'll get back to that. Look. Okay, cool. Look at his shorts. If his shorts was the color of his friends that's on his left side, you might just say that, okay, damn, them shorts kind of cool. Look at the color of his shorts, okay? Now look at the color of these shorts. First of all, you know that he has a puffy hair. We don't even see that. And the person actually looks darker than him. And if you ask me, it looked like the person got something white on the top of them. It looked like that's like a bathing suit on this person. But they're trying to sling this as this is possibly Nolan. This ain't even no possibility that this is Nolan. Why are they lying to us? Why are they lying to me? Why are they lying to you? That's my question I'm asking you. I ain't got to ask them nothing. Because they're going to tell me the same shit like Tatum. They ain't going to tell me no truth. So I'm asking you to put on your thinking hat. And let us think. Okay? Let us think.